I didn't ever try to commit fraud on anyone. I was excited about the prospects of FTX a month ago. I saw it as a thriving, growing business. I was shocked by what happened this month.
Welcome to Gym Class Finance. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting and somewhat unusual story involving Sam Bankman-Fried, the prominent ex-CEO of a cryptocurrency trading platform called FTX. As you may have heard, Sam was recently arrested and charged with several crimes and was facing the possibility of being held in jail until his trial. However, in a surprising turn of events, Sam was able to secure his release from custody by paying an enormous bond of $250 million. While it's not uncommon for people to be released on bail after being arrested, it's extremely rare for someone to be required to pay such a large amount of money in order to secure their release. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the circumstances surrounding Sam's arrest and release, and we'll also explore some of the factors that may have contributed to the high amount of his bond. We'll also discuss the role that bail bondsmen and other professionals play in the bail process. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn more about this fascinating and highly unusual story. I'm Sean from Gym Class Finance, and I just wanted to take some time to give some more details of the Sam Bankman-Fried fiasco. I did a full video about the life and events of Sam Bankman-Fried up to the FTX bankruptcy, so I'll leave a link above if you're interested in checking that out. I'll also leave a link in the descriptions below. Anyway, Sam Bankman-Fried was charged with 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of money laundering, 1 count of commodities fraud conspiracy, 1 count of securities fraud conspiracy, and 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and commit campaign finance violations. Each charge carries a maximum sentence of 20 years, with the exception of the last 3, which carry a maximum sentence of 5 years. Let's talk about a couple details related to this case. So, bail bondsmen and other professionals play an important role in the bail process. Bail bondsmen provide the financial assistance necessary to secure the release of a defendant from jail. They work with the court to secure the bond and typically charge a fee to post the bond. Other professionals, such as attorneys, can provide advice and guidance to defendants as they navigate the bail process. In addition, courts often require that defendants have a third-party co-signer or collateral to secure the bond. These professionals help to ensure that the bond is paid in full and that the defendant appears in court as required. Sam Bankman-Fried was able to post a $250 million bail package secured by his parents' home in Palo Alto, California. Assistant U.S. Attorney Nick Roos offered up the personal recognizance bond, which was possibly the highest ever pretrial bond proposed by the Feds.
Feds, huh? Yeah, the Feds.
I did a little research because this is all new to me as well. So a personal recognizance bond, also known as a personal bond, I hope I said that right, is a type of bail in which a defendant is released from custody without paying any money on the condition that they promise to return to court for their hearings. Personal recognizance bonds are typically used in cases where the defendant is not considered a flight risk or a danger to the community. The defendant simply signs a document promising to return to court as required and is then released from custody. If the defendant fails to appear in court as promised, they may be required to pay a fine or may be subject to other penalties. Personal recognizance bonds are often used in cases involving low-level offenses or first-time offenders. Now, this is obviously not a low-level offense.
It's an awful lot of money involved.
The massive bond amount was secured by assets amounting to 10% of the total bond amount, which included Bankman-Fried's parents' interest in their $4 million home, as well as the signatures of 2 additional signatories with considerable means. What does considerable means, you may be asking? Considerable means refers to a person's wealth or financial resources. It is typically used to describe individuals who have a certain amount of financial stability or security, and in the context of Sam Bankman-Fried's bail package, it refers to the 2 signatories which had enough financial resources to secure the bond. 10% of $250 million is a lot of money. In addition, Sam Bankman-Fried was required to give up his passport, fit with a tracking device, and undergo mental health and substance abuse treatment. After appearing in court and agreeing to the conditions of release, Bankman-Fried was released on the bail package and will remain so until his trial. Now, I know this was a very confusing thing because it was all over the news that he paid $250 million, and people are wondering, how did he come up with $250 million, especially if he's bankrupt? And he made the comments that he only had $100,000 to his name.
I didn't get $100,000 left in my bank account last I checked.
I hope this video was helpful in explaining what happened in the Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX collapse. I personally still can't believe cash was not actually needed on that $250 million that everyone was talking about. If you found value in this video, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.